example of that in boxing today is Joe Calzaghe, who, especially against Mikkel Kessler a couple of years ago, was able to dial it up past where you'd expect he could when Kessler demanded more of him. Here, Collazo is demanding more of Berto, and Berto is adjusting and giving more. That extra dimension is part of the star quality, and part of the package that the boxing world is looking for to fill that vacuum at the top of the sport, left by De La Hoya and Roy Jones' decline.
Let's see if Luis Collazo now can answer. He's trying to buy another point. The way he looks at the referee, like, let's just hold him.
You know, you have to use every advantage you can. If a man's holding you, and Collazo realizes that Andre's hurting him and holding him, and he's going in there, and he's actually begging Andre to hold him again. He wants Andre to hold him, so the referee is on his case.
Those two left hands that Collazo landed by far his most effective punches in a couple of rounds.
Well, he's had enough time to rest and wait for those two punches to come.
Front left, Berto counters.
Berto figured out a couple rounds ago that all those body shots that Collazo was hurting him with were a good idea. Started throwing body shots of his own, and that turned the tide of the fight, as you mentioned, Bob.
Also, what Berto did, he started moving around the ring a little bit and not being a sitting target for Collazo.
Well, now Collazo's going back to work here a little bit.
The hallmarks of a great fight are constant shifts in momentum, where the ending is difficult to determine. And here we see Collazo rallying back and hurting Berto and changing, it seems again, the momentum of the fight.
I wouldn't say he's hurting Berto. Yeah, he's help punching him. He's piling up the points. Berto's in a position where he shouldn't even be taking these punches. He should be pushing the guy off and moving away and allowing Collazo to come after him. Right now he's flat-footed, he's in front of the guy, he's square, and he's allowing Collazo to hit him.
And these are the problems that Berto had earlier in the fight. Good right hand though by Berto. Collazo misses with his hand right, left hand by Berto. Jumps back ahead of Collazo, kicks right back in.
Problems for Berto, not for fight fans. This is great stuff.
Great rallying round for Luis Collazo. He threw 97 punches according to CompuBox to 33 from Berto.
Like I said, he was wrestling those 2 rounds. Whether he can do that for the next few rounds is in question.
Louis, let's come down to who got more power, okay? All right? You're going to take it.
That's Giselle Berto, Andre's father.
Don't fight, he's fight. Jab and move.
Saying the right thing.
We behind. We behind.
Probably jab and move will work well.
Bring for me in. Deep breath, baby. You gotta breathe deep. He's finishing last 3 rounds. Smart and hard, we win. He's trying to dig with that old man. This is a 10. Come on, champ.
How about this? According to CompuBox, Berto, in that last round, threw 33 punches. Collazo landed 33 of his 97. And Berto only threw 7 jabs in that round. Got away from what worked for him.
Let him go. Let him go.
Berto's energy was sapped at the end of the last round.
Check in with the unofficial ringside score, Harold Lenneman.
Okay, Bob. 87-83. 6 rounds to 3, Luis Collazo. Bob, I just think the guy's outworking him. He's constantly putting pressure on him. Even when he lays on a rope, he outworks him. I don't know. I think this kid's coming forward the whole fight. Andre Berto lands an occasional good right hand. Shows some flashes of what he used to have. But he was 160 when he walked in the ring tonight. And I think he's slower than he normally is. I think Luis Collazo, like you see here, is just outworking him. 6-3, Collazo.
He's slower, but that's what enough right hooks in the body will do to you. They'll slow you up.
Chant of Louis from the Collazo fans that made the trip from Brooklyn.
Berto needs to take a step back and use his boxing ability. Right now, this is where he doesn't want to be. Collazo's doing a good job by keeping the pressure on Berto. This is what he needs to do to beat Berto, but still a few rounds left, and Collazo's throwing a lot of punches in there.
This is how Berto got in trouble early in the fight. Languishing in front of Collazo, who's just picking him apart and digging to the body.
Now it's Collazo who found that extra level to go to. Berto's going to have to respond. He's getting hit an awful lot.
Thumping right hand from Berto after a Collazo combination. Berto trying to load up. Berto has abandoned his jab. He's fighting an in-fight at an advantage Collazo. Hook to the body, hook to the chin by Collazo.
Collazo looks a little bit winded. This is the time for Andre to take advantage if he can. But whether he has enough energy left in his combination punching right now, but this is the time to cease it.
These two are fighting at an inhuman pace for the 10th round of a fast-paced and brutal fight.
Look at the power punches thrown in this round. 159 combined. And that's the key right there. Berto can't keep his feet.
Berto needs to be inside again. He just walked in there with no punches. Good uppercut by Berto, but he's going to need a lot more than that.
Collazo has thrown 112 punches in the round, landing 37. 106 power shots.
We're laying aside. We got to work it out. Let's do this fucking fight away. What's the matter with this, Berto? Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Put the ice right there. Right there. Look, we got 2 more rounds, baby. The only way they're going to do this is rob you again, baby. So don't leave it up. Come on. And leave it to them, when you punch them 6, 7 punches, they grab the motherfucker. I got my fault. All right, Phil. Where's my body? All right, well, listen. We're working them. We're working them. Look at that fucking bucket. You hear me? We're working. You understand me? We got to go. We got 2 rounds.
That is the most punches that Andre Berto has ever endured in fights tracked by CompuBox. 9 for him. And the most landed against him. The welterweight average for power punches thrown in the round is 34. Collazo threw 106 in the round as we begin round number 11. Can Andre Berto rally? Collazo dug his heels in round number 9 and round number 10.
This has been a great fight so far, and it just has the feeling of a fight that's heading towards a dramatic conclusion.
The undefeated Berto. 29-3 Collazo. Collazo stopped once early in his career, back in 2002 in the 3rd round.
Both fighters know how much is at stake. For Collazo, maybe 3 strikes and you're out in terms of getting some shots at the top of the division. And for Berto, his undefeated record.
Come on, guys. Let's go.
And continued uninterrupted ascension towards the top of the welterweight ranks.
Well, we saw another talented welterweight just about a year ago here in Boxing After Dark. Paul Williams suffered his first defeat.
You know, with my first defeat, I would say I would never have been as great as I am today in front of Edouard. And I think most undefeated guys need to go through one loss to realize, that it's possible to lose. And it shows what type of champion they are when they come back and gain their championship.
Berto steps in with a combination. 1 minute to go in the 11th.
There are no, except for Berto, there are no undefeated fighters in these shark-infested welterweight waters. There's no one who hasn't had a chunk taken out of them. And Berto's trying to remain the only one unblemished.
Berto with a couple of good hooks to the body of Collazo.
Now, Collazo, at this point, does not like any body shots. So this is the time to, Berto to start throwing his combinations to the body and ending up upstairs.
Berto trying to land that big shot. Palazzo being cautious. Right hand by Berto, but he missed with the left.
Seems like Palazzo's saving his energy for the 12th round.
What a fight.
Come on, Louis. If you ever did anything hard, son, this is it. This is the round where you become champ of the world. All right?
You want to be champ? Suck it up! You want to be a champ, my friend? Suck it up, baby!
Hard body. He's there with the body, but you got it big like you've never done.
Super champions are ready!
Come on, baby. It's easy to go all fucking year, man.
What a fight. And we have 3 more minutes to decide it.
You heard both corners imploring their fighters to leave it all in the ring in this final round.
Remember, Berto had a point deducted in round 4. He got dropped in round 1.
Let's go. Both of you.
Does Palazzo get over the hump? Does Berto remain undefeated? Good combination by Berto. Palazzo answers back to the body. Berto steps in with a right.
Berto's doing the right thing. He's getting in them power punches early because if he wants to win this fight, this is what champions are made of.
And we've seen him start passing some other rounds of this fight, only to have Palazzo come on in the middle and end of the round. Palazzo right now looks very arm-weary.
We also have to remember our scorecard is unofficial. Could be closer on the judges' card.
This is where Berto should really step back. You know, his corner should tell him to step back because Palazzo is coming forward and step to the side.
Palazzo is fighting a lot as Berto did when Berto was winning those rounds, coming forward, looking punched out, and taking counter punches.
Palazzo has a hell of a chin. Berto just hit him with some great punches, and it seems like Palazzo just ate them up.
Berto has landed all the meaningful punches in the round. Palazzo's still standing there.
Let's go. Palazzo has yet to throw a real punch with something on it this round until maybe right now.
Good body work by Berto hurt Palazzo.
Palazzo's hurt and winded.
Not more than knockdown. Palazzo's out of gas. Berto steps in with an uppercut to the body. Palazzo trying to survive here in the 12th. Not a lot of steam in the Palazzo punches. Is Berto running out of time? Final 10 seconds.
Berto needed a big 12th round. He got it. Was it big enough?
What a fight.
Good fight. I wouldn't want to be a judge in this fight. Great fight.
Luis Palazzo gave Andre Heriberto all he had. Wasn't enough.